Afraid. No. Okay. Happy. Joyful.
What's going on here?
I'm playing a game. You want to play? We are going to guess the emotion. Let's do it. All right. Let's see.
I think she is.
She looks. Oh, she's happy. I was going to say she looks joyful.
Yeah. He's mad.
Sad.
He's mad. No,
he looks really
he's
sad.
so. Or he's.
Yay, I was right. Oh, she
angry.
looks like she's
Angry.
gonna punch someone.
Angry.
She looks frightened. Oh,
Yeah.
she's angry. She's not happy.
I get the point for that one.
Not a happy camper. Happy.
Dancy.
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 Joyful. It's joyful. It has to be. Oh, excited. So close.
I still think it's Dancy.
Dancy.
Confused.
No, he's worried.
No, he's confused.
He looks worried.
He's confused.
Oh, man. You're right.
Next one.
Surprised or
maybe.
scared?
Maybe. I think surprised.
Frightened.
Shocked.
Oh, shocked.
That counts as surprised.
Same thing. She's worried for sure.
Yeah, worried.
She doesn't look well.
Scared, yeah.
She's scared. He's happy. Joyful.
Celebrate.
Joyful. Celebrate.
Proud.
Proud.
Man,
Oh, man.
We're so close to all these.
That was so much fun.
Wow, that was fun. Those are emotions that I feel pretty often.
You know what emotion I really don't like feeling?
What?
I don't like it when I feel guilty.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a fun emotion to feel. How about we talk about that today?
Sure, but can we sing some songs to God first?
Of course.
Love so incredible, unexplainable, that you call me by name. You see me through it all, even when I fall. You love me just the same. Creator of the world, you live in my heart. You know my name and you call me friend. You know my beginning and
was searching, your love was never far. You made a way to get to me. You were the whisper leading me to your heart. Forever I belong to you. Now I can see clearly, my God, you for me. You won't let go. Your love won't let me down. And I know it's true. Yeah, I know that your love is all around. I believe in you, holding on to you, holding on, and I know you will never fail. I want all of you, you never change. Your love won't let me down. Love won't let me. Love won't let me. Love won't let me. Right when I need you, you listen as I pray. You leave the 99 for me. You paint the sky with promises of your grace. So I will find my way to you. Now I can see clearly, my God, you for me. You won't let go. Your love won't let me down. And I know it's true. Yeah, I know that your love is all around. I believe in you, holding on to you, holding on, and I know you will never fail. I want all of you, you never change. Your love won't let me down. Love won't let me.
mentioned you don't like feeling guilty, and I'm curious to know, why is that?
Well, when we feel guilty, we tend to just hide our true emotions, and sometimes we even hide them from people.
Okay, I see.
Maybe we did something we weren't supposed to do, and now we're alone in our thoughts, and instead of talking it out with God or a trusted friend, we avoid the topic altogether.
You know, that's such a great point. Actually, a little too on point. Earlier today, a friend told me not to eat out of their bag of fries that he had gotten from McDonald's, but when he went to the bathroom, I didn't order food and they just smelled so good, I couldn't pass it up.
Let me guess, you ate out of the bag of fries.
Guilty.
Hey, it's okay. We've all been there, and there's one guy in the Bible that's been there too, Peter. Check out this story of how Jesus forgave Peter.
This is Peter.
Hey-o! Whoop!
Peter was a fisherman who was called by Jesus.
Hey!
Peter saw the many miracles of Jesus, and he heard all of his teachings. When the time came for Jesus to die and take away the sins of all the world, Jesus had one final meal with his friends. During this meal, Jesus told his followers that the time had come for him to leave them.
Huh?
Peter asked, "Where are you going?" Jesus told him Peter couldn't follow him now,
What?
but that he would follow him later.
Wait a second.
But Peter said, "Why can't I come now? I'm ready to die for you." Jesus said, "Die for me? Peter, before the rooster crows tomorrow morning, you will deny 3 times that you even knew me." Then Jesus and his disciples went to the Mount of Olives so Jesus could pray. Along the way, Jesus told his followers that they would all abandon him.
Uh-oh.
But Peter said, "Even if everyone else leaves you, I never will." Jesus said, "Peter, this very night, before the rooster crows, you will deny 3 times that you even know me." But Peter wouldn't believe it and vowed that he would stay with Jesus until the very end. The other disciples vowed the same.
Yeah, I hear.
Later on that night, Jesus was arrested by men sent by the religious teachers and priests. Peter tried to fight for Jesus, and he cut off the ear of one of the guards.
Ow!
But Jesus healed the guard
Huh?
and went quietly with the captors. All the disciples scattered just as Jesus told them they would. The men led Jesus away to the house of the high priest. Peter and another disciple followed them. Peter came to warm himself by their fire.
Hello.
A servant girl noticed him in the firelight.
Huh?
Finally, she said, "This man was one of Jesus' followers."
Oh, ma?
But Peter denied it for the first time. He said, "I don't even know him." After a while, someone else looked at him and said, "You must be one of them."
Oh.
Peter, for a second time, said, "No, I'm not."
Okay.
About an hour later, a man who knew the man whose ear Peter cut off said, "Didn't I see you in the olive grove with Jesus? This must be one of them. He comes from the same place as all of them."
Yeah, you're right.
But Peter said,
No.
"I don't know what you're talking about." And then Peter heard the crow of the rooster. Jesus turned and looked at Peter. Jesus' words flashed through his mind, and Peter left the courtyard weeping. Then Jesus died and was placed in a tomb. The disciples heard that he had come back from the dead. Peter even saw the empty tomb and believed that Jesus was alive again.
Woohoo!
And Jesus appeared to the disciples to show him that he was alive. Some of Jesus' followers were together when Peter said, "I am going fishing."
Okay.
So they all went out to the sea, but caught nothing all night. At dawn, they saw a man standing on the beach.
Oh, hey, over here.
The man called out to them and said, "Have you caught any fish?"
Nope.
The man said, "Throw out your net on the right side and you'll get some."
Okay.
So they did, and they couldn't bring in the net because there were so many fish in it. Then one of the men on the boat said to Peter, "It's Jesus." When Peter heard that it was Jesus, he swam to the shore while the others pulled in the load to the boat. When they got there, they found breakfast waiting for them.
Bring me some fish. Got it.
Jesus said, "Come have some breakfast." While they were eating, Jesus asked Peter, "Do you love me?" Peter said, "Yes, you know I love you." So Jesus said, "Then feed my lambs." Then Jesus asked again, "Do you love me?" Peter said again, "Yes, you know I love you." And Jesus said, "Then take care of my sheep." And then a third time, Jesus asked Peter, "Do you love me?" Peter was hurt that Jesus asked the question a third time, so he said, "You know everything. You know that I love you." So Jesus said one last time, "Then feed my sheep." And so Peter went on to feed Jesus' sheep by helping establish the church and by writing books that we can now read in the Bible. And though he denied Jesus, he was forgiven, and many came to know the love and forgiveness of Jesus through Peter.
See? When we do something wrong and ask for forgiveness, we don't just need to feel guilty. Jesus forgives us.
You know, Peter did something sad. He denied Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus even told him that before the rooster crows the next morning that Peter will deny him 3 times.
Deny Jesus? Oh man, that sounds very sad.
It was. In 3 different occasions, he denied that he knew Jesus. He
Yep.
did realize what he was doing, and he left crying.
He was so sad and realized that he did something wrong. He asked for forgiveness and he helped establish a church and wrote the books that we now read in the Bible.
And through Peter, so many people came to know and love Jesus.
Yes, and I love knowing that Jesus is right here with us through it all. And even when we may have feelings of sadness, guilt, anger, he still loves us and forgives us if we ask him for forgiveness.
That's a great point. Hey, why don't we switch things up and include what you just said in our game?
That sounds like a lot of fun. Let me explain the game. Ooh, it's called Stack It Up, KE friends. Okay, here's how to play. We're gonna split you guys up into groups, and each group has 1 bag of blocks. And inside there are 4 blocks with words on them, with the need to know on them. And you guys will dump the bag of blocks out and search for the need to know as fast as you can. And the first group to find the need to know blocks wins!
Sounds like so much fun. Let's do it.
It is so awesome knowing that Jesus will always be by our side no matter what. We don't have to stay stuck feeling guilty.
You're right. He can always forgive us if we ask for it.
I just know what Peter was feeling. And I've been there too, and that's why it's my least favorite feeling.
Well, the next time that we're feeling guilty, remember that Jesus can forgive us. We just have to ask for forgiveness.
Let's check back in with our Bible story and learn more on how we can overcome our feelings of guilt.
Hey everybody, listen up. Here's what God has to say.
Oh yeah, what you got for us today?
Well, today we're talking about feeling guilty.
Guilty? For what? I didn't do it. I have no idea who ate your sandwich that had 3 sliced tomatoes, 4 black olives, 2 strips of bacon, Swiss and cheddar cheese with the crust cut off.
Hey, whoa. Hey, how do you know so much about my sandwich?
Okay, guilty as charged. It just looks so good. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have eaten it.
That's okay. When we do something wrong and we ask for forgiveness, we don't need to feel guilty because Jesus forgives us.
Ah, gotcha. So no guilt. Kick guilt to the curb. Hey, yeah. See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya.
Exactly. And you know who I think of when we talk about all this?
Han Solo, guilty for having the fastest ship in the galaxy. Or, I know, Iron Man, guilty for wearing the coolest suit ever.
No, Peter from the Bible. Peter followed Jesus, but like all of us, he wasn't perfect. Sometimes he messed up. One time, he even pretended not to know Jesus.
Peter was Jesus' friend, and he acted like he didn't know him? Talk about a total diss. Why would he ever do that?
Well, you would think that Jesus was Mr. Popular back then, and everyone would want to hang out with him.
Yeah, he probably had the coolest toys and tons of friends.
But there were a lot of people who actually hated him. And these same people came up with a plan to have Jesus arrested. When they arrested Jesus and took him away, Peter followed him, but kept his distance.
Oh, Peter was probably hiding out, planning a sneak attack.
More like a sneak away. He didn't want anyone to see him. I'm pretty sure Peter was afraid that he'd be arrested too. In fact, when a nearby servant girl saw him and asked if he knew Jesus, Peter totally denied it.
Denied knowing Jesus? Not cool.
Not cool at all. And to make things worse, 2 more people came up and asked Peter if he knew Jesus, and he gave them the same answer.
Deny. What is Peter's problem?
After the 3rd time Peter denied knowing Jesus, before he could even finish his sentence, a rooster crowed.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
That's when Jesus looked at him, and Peter remembered.
That he forgot to tie his shoes? That he never fed the dog? That he forgot to put the toilet seat down?
He remembered what Jesus had said the night before. Jesus told Peter that he would deny him 3 times before the rooster crows.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
And sure enough, Peter did. This made him so sad that he went away and cried. Peter felt so guilty for what he had done. A while later, after Jesus had died and come back to life, he was having breakfast with his friends.
I bet Jesus could cook the best breakfast. Talk about a grand slam.
When they finished eating, Jesus asked Peter 3 different times if he loved him. All 3 times, Peter said, "Yes, Jesus, you know that I love you."
Wait, 3 times? That's the same amount of times that Peter said he didn't even know Jesus.
On the 3rd time, Peter did feel hurt that Jesus would question him like this. But the good news is, Jesus had forgiven Peter for denying him.
Because Jesus forgave him, Peter didn't need to hold on to that guilty feeling.
So the next time we feel guilty,
We can remember
that Jesus forgives us.
Jesus loves us so much. And no matter how guilty we may feel, it's always good to know that he will always forgive us.
We don't need to hold on to that guilty feeling because we can ask Jesus for forgiveness.
So much easier than sitting and being sad and hiding from other things over our guilty feelings.
Yep, and guess what, Steve? That brings us to our takeaway for the day. When I feel guilty, Jesus forgives me.
Jesus forgives me.
You know, that was amazing, Steve and KE friends, but this time, let's do it together. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
When I feel guilty, Jesus forgives me.
Man, that was so good. Please stay standing, KE friends, as we go over this week's Bible verse.
Even if we feel guilty, God is greater than all of our feelings, and He knows everything. 1 John 3:20. Even if we feel guilty, God is greater than all of our feelings, and He knows everything. 1 John 3:20. Even if we feel
closer to you, but I feel like I'm so far away. 'Cause I let my fear get in front of my faith. I'm back and forth like a wave in the wind, but I hear your voice and it's pulling me in. It's pulling me in. I wanna walk on water, take the leap, and step out knowing you will let me sink. I wanna trust you deeper, live like believing that you are everything you say you are. 'Cause of everything you say you are. Everything you say you are.
I prayed for your proof and I've asked you to give me a sign. But you already did and you traded your life for mine.
You called my name through the rain and the wind. I hear your voice and it's pulling me in. You're pulling me in. I wanna walk on water, take the leap, and step out knowing you won't let me sink. I wanna trust you deeper, live like believing that you are everything you say you are. 'Cause of everything you say you are. Everything you say you are. You're the start and the ending. You're the reason for living. You're the beat in every heart. You're everything you say you are.
I wanna walk on water, take the leap, step out knowing you won't let me sink. Trust you deeper, keep believing that you are.
I wanna walk on water, take the leap, and step out knowing you won't let me sink. I wanna trust you deeper, live like believing that you are. You're everything you say you are. 'Cause it's everything you say you are. You're the reason you say you are. You're the beat in every heart. You're everything you say you are.
Today has been spectacular, and I've learned on how to not feel as guilty and ask for forgiveness. But let's reflect on our questions. The first one is, have you ever done something that made you feel guilty?
Our second question is, how do you usually deal with your feelings of guilt?
And our last question is, how does knowing that Jesus forgives you help you deal with what you feel?
Another awesome part about our friendship with God is praying to Him.
Yep, I love getting to talk to God. Let's bow our heads right now and pray to Him. Father God, thank you so much for always being there for us and listening to us when we feel guilty and allowing us to ask for forgiveness.
God, thank you so much for your grace, mercy, and kindness that allows you to forgive us all the times that we mess up. God, we love you so much.
Amen. Whew, I felt so many emotions today.
I'm just glad that the emotion that I'm feeling right now is not guilty.
So true.
You know what I'd like to do? Beat you at the guessing the emotion game a few more times.
Oh, bring it on.
All right, she's definitely
She's
thinking.
thoughtful. She's studying.
Some
Dream. Oh,
Daydreaming.
come on. That's a feeling?
Hungry.
Hungry.
Has to be.
Maybe not. Oh, it is hungry.
Next one.
Winner. He's a winner chicken dinner.
Celebratory.
Celebrate.
Oh!
You were right.
Wow,
Good
how about
job.
Tired.
He
Sore.
looks
He's sore.
sad.
He's sore.
He's confused. Oh, he's
okay.
feeling hot. Okay, makes sense.
I thought he just
He
got
must
done
live in
working out.
Florida. She is surprised. I thought
had-
she was gonna say like
I was
heartwarming or
very
something.
confused on that one.
He looks like he's
he's
very
ex-
exhausted.
He's exhausted.
He had a long
Tired.
day. Tired. Good job, Steven. That was so much fun.
That's a good one to end on because I am so tired, and it's a good tired. We've had such an amazing day singing to God, learning about Jesus, memorizing a verse, watching a Bible story, and talking about our emotions that God gave us. So many things.
I agree. It's been a very jam-packed day, and I can't wait until next week.
Hopefully you're feeling a good tired too, because as we always say here, we hope you have an amazing week, and we'll see you next time,
Bye,
KE
KE
friends.
friends.